Savage we would rather not play today. Anything I need to get his contact returned to awful kid. They clear that up on the run. I was with Large the day preceding, when he was checking on his agreement, stood up over me so I could perceive how huge he was. And he told me truly I can simply remain. While he's bringing up the distributor, she's doing likewise to the young man. Now the new charges about did he'd have carried considerably more openness to the dim underside of the music business, which has for some time been known to be serious, and misleading the tycoon has been blamed by a developing number for individuals of taking advantage of, and controlling his craftsmen. It has been guaranteed that Diddy course started into marking a sex contract, adding to the cases of sexual abuse and monetary control, regardless of whether we understand what's in the agreement. Without a doubt, the idea is stunning the music business has been blamed for obscure dealings before. Sadly, in a new video, Dave Chappelle talked about how media outlets makes the most of artists by involving legal jargon in their agreements. He guaranteed that the agreements are purposely phrased, making it challenging for performers to understand what they are surrendering when they sign to involve your name and resemblance in unendingness all through the universe. Who might actually understand what that implies? It's an extraordinary troubling in light of the fact that a large number of these performers are as yet youthful and unpracticed, and subsequently have hardly any insight into the business. Dave claims that numerous business rookies sign one of these obscure arrangements. This is on the grounds that many promising youthful specialists are effectively hoodwinked by the commitments of laid-out figures in the business, since they need monetary strength and a departure from their ebb and flow conditions. Yet I marked the agreement, the manner in which the 28-year-old expecting father that was destitute signs an agreement. I was frantic. I really wanted an exit plan. Numerous celebrities have likewise remarked on Big Deal's dilemma. The late DMX was a celebrity who was referenced here. In an old meeting, DMX discussed his lamentable involvement in Big Deal. Smalls DMX claims that Big Deal enlightened him concerning the time he was physically attacked via Scene Puffy Coles, later renamed Puff Daddy. While they were the two teens, this news was a stunner that simply added to the contention encompassing Puff Daddy's standing. Yet DMX stayed consistent to put out music that reverberated with his audience members. Yet my jaw was still wire shut. This is the point at which you got marked. I caught wind of the story. This is the point at which he realized he was on the yoke. My jaw was the reason I shut before the arrival of his 2012 collection. Undisputed, DMX said in a meeting that he had nearly endorsed with Terrible Kid. Engage it at the end of the day, missed out to the locks. This demonstrates that even the best individuals need to manage analysis and disappointment sooner or later in their vocations. DMX conceded that the locks was a more secure gathering and was endorsed by Puff Daddy, who assisted them with becoming fruitful. Puff Daddy accepted DMX's blunt voice, made him unmarketable. Consequently, he didn't give him a similar opportunity. DMX hypothesized that Puff Daddy's standing for being drawn to folks was the reason his mark decided not to sign him. DMX ventured to such an extreme as to express that in the wake of compelling the locks to create sands for him, Puff Daddy took their distributing and mishandled them. This is a sharp update that the music business is generally difficult or kind, and that artists are frequently utilized for monetary profit. In the meantime, things go bad when charges of sexual maltreatment against Biggie via Scene Puffy brushes were unveiled. There might be a reality to these startling charges, as a few group near the two performers have emerged with comparative cases. It's a horrendous update that provocation and manhandle can happen even in the breathtaking universe of Broadway. Previous Terrible Kid vocalist Mace has delivered a rankling new tune called Prophet 2, remaining on bodies in which he shoot Diddy for his horrible treatment of Big Deal. When Big Deal's disastrous homicide, he likewise raises the 1991 City School episode, where 9 individuals were killed at a ball game that Diddy supported. Mace clearly has disdain toward his old work accomplice. Anyway, the most incredibly upsetting claim is that Mace claims Diddy utilized the offspring of the late famous Enormous. Had not detesting on your Billy worth right presently. I'm just getting out whatever you truly work you. Ain't no engineer you who know how to market demise, he raps on Walk 9, 1997. The staggering insight about the demise of hip bounce legend Big Deal Smalls deeply affected the music business. The rapper was killed in a hit-and-run assault in Los Angeles at the pinnacle of his ubiquity, and soon before the arrival of his collection, Eternal Life. Big Deal's long-lasting buddy and Mark accomplice Mace has been in conflict with scene Diddy cones as of late. In 2020, Mace presented on Instagram about what he guaranteed for Diddy's unscrupulous and untrustworthy transactions. The claims were carried once again into the spotlight after Diddy's energetic location at Clive Davis' pre-Grammy supper, where he guaranteed his help for specialist Mace additionally expressed that in spite of Diddy's yet expected to put on a blissful face for his fans, DMX has likewise voiced his dismay with Diddy's treatment of Big Deal. And this is in accordance with his perspectives. DMX asserted that Diddy abused his internal circle in secret, while yet anticipating that they should act cheerful and steadfast before the public. In the meantime, 50 Penny is one more conspicuous figure in the business who has blamed Jingle for taking advantage of his vocalists physically and monetarily. Specifically, he asserts that the big shot monetarily and physically takes advantage of his craftsmen. 50 Penny has high activity for some specialists, yet the way Big Deal was dealt with is probably going to have hurt him the most. Proceeding with a conversation, 50 said, has asserted that Diddy's interest for $2 million obstructed Mace from leaving his terrible kid bargain in 2005 to sign with G-Unit Records, notwithstanding the way that 50 Penny was able to pay just a single $1 million. Mace was allowed a one-year discharge from his agreement in 2009 after he disturbed Diddy's meeting with Atlanta's The 103 radio broadcast. When he marked Mace's agreement, he did as such before the camera. In any case, Mace's fights with Bad Boy went on despite the fact that he left the name for good in 2012. The performer is as of now participated in a fight in court with Diddy over the recuperation of his distributing privileges. Mace affirms he just offered Diddy $2 million to repurchase his distributing, yet Diddy declined, requesting that Mace match the deal made by an European bidder. Tragically, Mace isn't the only one to wish he hadn't endorsed with Awful Kid. Even Big Deal's mom concedes that her child was excessively youthful to fathom the double dealing he was encountering because of Diddy. Jadakiss Styles P. and Stylish Latch of the Law began the Free the Secures development 1999 to break Liberated from their Awful Kid contract. The three craftsmen needed to get together with DMX's unpleasant writer's mark, since they felt that Diddy was putting monetary accomplishment in front of credibility. You realize, I did one collection with Mace, one collection. How much cash do you think I owed this person? One collection. And afterward he turned into a phony minister. Yet in any event, when Diddy excused them from their agreement, he actually controlled their vocation, since he possessed 50% of their tune, distributing during a warmed conflict on Hot 97 out of 2005. Styles blamed Diddy for unjustifiably holding half of their distributing organization. Diddy has clearly been using his artists for obscure monetary and sexual gain. One of his fans said he wants to gain proficiency with certain habits. Diggy was a faultless narrator. I'll give him that. His accounts for convincing, yet he was a controlled item. They had Diddy. While another fan responded, my father just said Diddy was gay and Big Deal wasn't down that way, so that is the reason he killed him. Terrifying as it is, did he keep on taking advantage of new artists even after Big Deal's demise? As a matter of fact, the hip jump on business visionary has selected to work with considerably more youthful entertainers. It seems like Diddy acted something similar toward a more youthful rendition of Usher at the youthful age of 14. Attendant signed up for a program called Pups Flavor Camp. Attendant said Diddy showed him the grown-up world and let him see some insane stuff at his home and interview with Drifter in 2004. So I had an opportunity to see a few things, better believe it. Yet you were 13, what were you talking about? Went there to see the way of life, right? And I saw it, and it was. And it was nevertheless, I couldn't say whether I could enjoy and comprehend what I was in any event. Seeing Jump acquainted me with an entirely unexpected arrangement of ish sex, explicitly sex, is so hot in the businessman. They were on these young ladies around you to open an entryway and see someone getting it done, or a few group in a room having a blowout. You never realized what planned to occur on the Howard Harsh show. Usher likewise uncovered a succulent insights concerning his visit to Diddy's cushion, the experience of living with Puff Daddy for a year when he was 14, shown him the genuine significance of popularity. He said in a 2016 meeting with Howard Harsh, "I had an opportunity to see a few banks. I went there to see the way of life. And I saw it," Usher said during his most memorable Harsh show interview. In the meantime, Diddy owned up to Kevin Hart in an as-of-late delivered interview that he and Usher shared a bed when Usher was just 10 years of age and Diddy was 19. "It's my sibling here from the very beginning," Visa Awaken. "And I mean damn course I mean some time ago, when he was like 10. And I was somewhat more seasoned, his more established sibling. We used to battle about the momentum charges against Diddy, just further feature the music ventures like the historical backdrop of double dealing and duplicity. An ever-increasing number of performers are standing